finally reached the last game of the regular season. It has been a wild ride, man, up until now. But let's talk about the playoffs.
Yeah, the playoffs is where the real competition starts. The best of the best going head to head. Everything, the focus, the intensity is always taking up a notch. That's my French accent.
Why? Why the act?
Doesn't make sense, no. Just got real things are getting into.
You can try and get me next time.
Oklahoma City, land of the Thunder, and a fine Western Conference battle here at the Chesapeake Energy Arena. We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Today's game finds the Nuggets winding down their road trip. This is a hot team. They currently hold the best record in the entire NBA.
And when I look at Denver, they've had a dream season. And I think they're only going to get stronger as we approach the postseason.
And now, before we get to the tip-off, let's find out what Billy Donovan had to share with our David Aldridge. David.
Guys, he told me their primary focus of the pregame discussion was defense. He said they're dealing with a very sophisticated offense, and it's going to require an outstanding effort from his players at the defensive end to come out on top. Let's see if that's the effort they get. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Well, Brent, this is the final game of the season, but at the same time, it's just the beginning for many of these teams.
Well, Kevin, just a couple days of rest before you start your preparations for your playoff opponent, digging deep into the film room, getting with your teammates and getting ready for the second season, the NBA playoffs.
Hold on.
So off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets.
Emmanuel Mudiay out there with Murray.
Denver's going out. And it's Nikola Jokic. And Seletovic in
I'll
at the 4.
back, okay?
The awareness of Russell Westbrook to locate the open man and deliver a strike, something he's developing.
Mudiay with the basket.
Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
Well, if he was wearing a badge, it'd be one of courage. He rose up and actually took that shot.
Getting ready for Oklahoma City. Dennis Cantor's checked in for Athens. Laverne comes in for Ilyasova. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Anthony Morrow. And it's Payne in for Oladipo. And then for Denver, Kenneth Faried, he's checked in for Mirza Teletovic. Chandler comes in for Gallinari. And it's Edwards in for Murray. Payne can't hit. The Nuggets trail by 6. Chandler kicks to Faried. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. And that one's good. Jokic.
Timeout.
Jokic has got his first points of the night.
And their post play has been
No easy buckets now. Hustle up.
Defense, I need you keyed in on Westbrook right now. He cannot continue to cut inside so freely. I want us to gap him off the ball and keep him out of the middle. Make them beat you as a team. We can live with that, all right? Let's go.
Team ever has like a 500 record at one point. They've shared incredible success being here in Oklahoma City. Makes it a little tough if you're living in Seattle, continuing to see this team be competitive year after year.
A different look for Denver. Will Barton, he's checked in for Jokic. Young is subbed in for Emmanuel Mudiay. The Thunder leading by 4. Here's Roberson. He had 10 points in the win against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. Westbrook can't get it to go.
He just doesn't seem to be himself shooting the ball right now, guys. Just looks a tad bit uneasy, and that's affecting the results.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And a chance to compare steals versus fouls over the last 5 games and the season as a whole for him. The Nuggets shooting their first free throws here tonight.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Chandler.
Still hard to watch the Denver Nuggets and not be reminded of one of their biggest upsets of all time, beating the #1 seed Sonics as the 8th seed in 1994. Mutombo lying on the ground, clutching the ball. Certainly a memorable playoff upset.
Westbrook dishes to Cantor. Laverne trying to break free. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
This is the thing about Cantor. He has the size to muscle through contact and the good touch to boot.
Goes up from the top of the key. Edwards, that's good. Hughes got his first bucket in this one. And just thinking about that 1994 upset with the Nuggets, that is probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest moments in franchise history.
Oh, I can see it now. Mutombo laying on the deck, clutching the ball with two hands, and maniacally laughing in the air. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we'll point to. It's one of the best moments in NBA history, in my opinion. Sorry about that, Seattle.
The Thunder shooting their first free throw of the evening. That's good from Cantor.
But what you have to like about Enes Kanter, defense aside, is that he's an efficient scorer. He's got great instincts to offensive rebound and be in position for somebody to feed him the ball on the inside.
Nice release there from Prez to knock down the triple.
I love his form. I mean, it's so repeatable and clean in terms of the release. Just great stuff from Prez.
The Thunder with the lead. And for Cantor, his play is what everyone envisioned for him when he was taken 3rd overall back in that 2011 draft.
Well, the hopes for every general manager looking at Cantor was that he'd be a great low-post scorer, and that's where he's shown most of his prowess there and at the offensive glass, where he just simply swallows everything up and puts it back in the basket.
No good that time. Looking at Oklahoma City, they took the win in their last game against Minnesota.
And really an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it came in an opponent's building, and there's no question it was their offense that carried them.
Absolutely agree. They cruised to the win on the strength of a total team effort on the offensive end. Didn't matter what unit they had on the floor. All 5 guys in sync.
Stolen by Fareed. Chandler, the pass to Barton. And Young kicks to Chandler. Here's Edwards. And again, Denver with the triple. On draft day, a lot of teams passed on Justice Young, but he isn't looking like a second-round pick. Just great basketball from the Seton Hall product.
And you can see why teams passed on him. He's undersized for a guard, but the way he fearlessly goes up there and pushes himself is something you can't measure in inches.
Kane dishes to Westbrook. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there. Well, that fast break went according to plan.
If these guys are focused on making a push with the basketball, they can be very good.
And Roberson kicks to Laverne. And they get it. Westbrook from deep. Roberson gets the bucket.
Well, the outside shot still a whip, a work in progress, but the team needs Roberson to hit these to keep the floor spaced.
Chandler right side. Here's Fareed. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Nuggets lead by 5.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And for the Thunder, they're shooting the ball to the tune of 41% from the field so far. For the 3. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Denver's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Edwards against Westbrook. It's Barton on the wing. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. In watching Will Barton play, or rather as he's known, the people's champ, you know, Brett, you have to love the energy and aggression that he plays with whenever he's out there on the floor.
Well, there's something about the blue-collar player, Kevin, that I think everybody who's a fan of the game always is attracted to. That's what Will Barton does. Very easy to cheer for, and he gives you everything he's got every night.
Denver making a switch here. Harris is checked in, and Westbrook gets it to go on the assist from Robertson. Westbrook's got his second basket.
Well, that's when his speed comes at you, and then he throws the ball out there with some length, is able to finish around you.
Chandler kicks to Barton. Denver passing it around. The shot's good from Fareed.
Excellent use of the fundamental bounce pass, totally in rhythm.
From downtown, another miss by Westbrook. 1 second left, and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. The Nuggets on top, up 4. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything, like, all chores. Pretty much 18 years of being rookie. That's pretty much all it is, and people just beat you up for no reason.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, I'd say it might have toughened him up a little bit, that's for sure. Wow, 18? That is mind-boggling.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
It's all about the depth, really. The bench has been the difference. The bench play really has separated these two teams.
And the front offices are always busy looking at that bench, trying to acquire spare parts that can make the difference.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Chandler and Fareed are at the forward spots. Harris is out there with Edwards, and it's Jokic in at the center position. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Hugh, in their last matchup against the Mavericks, lit up the floor. He ended up with 25 points and was his usual self on the defensive side with a number of steals. He put up great numbers in a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss. We'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
Thanks for the great report, David. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
Yeah, and it's another instance where he just proves that he's one of those guys who can step up and win a game for you practically all by himself.
Ball's not loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kansas.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Denver making a switch here. Gallinari's checked in. Inside, Jokic takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Feeds to Robertson. Now here's Payne. He's tightly guarded. Here's Kansas. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And just thinking about the way Kanter's career has gone, a lot of high expectations. Early Brent and a starting job after he moved team.
And I think that might be a key for Kanter in the role of being a scoring big man off the bench. Really can play to his strength, and he can take advantage of another team's second unit, maybe not ready or equipped to handle what he brings to the table offensively.
Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Oladipo comes in for Roberson.
Respecting the effort from Gallo there, works his way near the rim, and no one stops him from doing his thing there.
And there's the foul. It's on cue.
I'm Fred.
That's his first foul. That steal. Maurice checked in for Gary Harris. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. The dish to Oladipo. There's a screen by Kanter. Oladipo misses.
Ill-advised shot there.
And he knows it. Got locked into scoring mode. Couldn't pull it back.
And now it's a double-digit lead. And now it's a 10-point Nugget lead.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
Not forcing really any of the action, instead letting the game come to them and exploiting every opportunity.
Timeout. Timeout. Start it. Now that's how we play the game. Bring it in. Let's go. I like what I see out there, fellas. We're playing like we wanted more than them. Do not give them any life out there. Understood? We got this.
Tate, what it is the offense does, your advantage is to play fast and find the first available shot that is going to be something you can take advantage of. So up-tempo, no defensive set, you got a better chance of scoring against your opponent.
Here's Oladipo. He's coming off a 16-point game against Minnesota.
And he also was a table setter in that game, Kevin. Just an amazing job with his passing. Just a joy to watch him.
And with that, the Denver lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Enes Kanter. Edwards with it. He had 25 points against the Mavericks in Dallas.
Well, the other part of his game was the menacing defense. You can tell his team really looks for him to be their junkyard dog.
To the paint. Not loose. Payne passes to Adams. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
You always talk about glue guys and guys that do the little things to help their team. Steven Adams is certainly that for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Not a big presence in the box to score. When you watch him play with his team, he's willing to sacrifice his body, set hard screens, and be a presence on the interior.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Ilyasova's checked in. Here's a Teletovic is checked in for Denver. Back to Payne. Eyes a 3. Teletovic grabs the board. And it's the Nuggets ball. They're on a 15-5 run here. Gallinari attacking. 2 points. That one goes. Gallinari's got 6 in the quarter. And thinking again on Adams, the scoring isn't what makes him valuable. Granted, it's his defense and his solid screen setting.
Well, I think it's his idea that the role that he has is something that he's very comfortable with, and he wants to be successful at doing it. He doesn't hurt the team by getting out of his comfort zone.
Now here's Payne. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Screen by Adams. Oladipo dishes to Adams. 5 on the clock. From deep. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. The Nuggets leading by 15. Pass to Murray. And Teletovic kicks to Gallinari. The pass to Jokic. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
Well, the Nuggets are in a position right now where they're mining for gold with their youth. They've made sure to keep their picks most seasons, and it's paid off. Found great value at different times in the first round of the NBA draft.
And here's Payne. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. It's Oladipo on the wing. He's covered by Murray to stop the run. Oladipo, good. And with the Nuggets, certainly Moutier is the first name you notice, but Brent, getting a player like Jokic in the second round was huge.
That's what this franchise and others that have struggled to make the playoffs consistently are always looking for, is a late gem in the second round, and they got it in Jokic. Well, the Nuggets have some interesting ways to go with their roster right now, but they're taking the right approach, in my opinion, and developing some very interesting young potential.
So for the Nuggets, their last game, a win against Dallas.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from 3.
Well, you could quickly see that using the 3 ball was a huge part of the game plan coming in. And it was the right plan. They got hot, and the D had no answer as to how to cool them off.
And it's Oladipo again missing.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
And sometimes it's about your teammates moving to give you those opportunities. He's found holes in the defense.
Screen by Adams. Morrow kicks to Payne. again, the Thunder score. The Nuggets leading by 18. Down low, Teletovic. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Teletovic has got his first 2 points. Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. On D, Ilyasova hits it from three-point range.
Wide open there. The defense just completely in snooze mode.
Edwards inside, working on Payne. Jokic, no good. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Well, Commissioner Adam Silver has said he'd like to see the league institute a 2 years out of college restriction break. You played 4 years in college. I know you think that helped you. Do you think that? And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Nuggets lead by 16. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Moving the ball all over the place. Big assist numbers in the first half. How would you grade that ball movement from your team early on?
Man, I think it's been an A+ the way we've been able to find each other. And it's not just the passing, you know. Everyone's cut into the open space, and it basically makes setting guys up really easy. I like to think we can keep it going, but, you know, I guess we'll see.
We will indeed. Thanks for your time, man. Appreciate you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Good work, guys. Bring it in. Have a seat. I love the energy, fellas. I really do. But now we got to keep it up and stay focused. Now stay focused, guys. Let's win this game. Go home.
The Skydance Bridge, rising 200 feet above I-40, has quickly become an icon here in Oklahoma City since it opened in 2012. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes. He's checked in for Denver. Here's Oladipo, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Westbrook and Oladipo, the athletic backcourt duo. Adams is out there with Ilyasova, and it's Morrow in its small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And really, Fareed is just very comfortable from there. He waits for the right opportunity and then seizes the moment.
And Oladipo kicks to Adams. And there's the feed to Westbrook. Goes up the baseline. Rebounded by Fareed.
It looked like he was in rhythm to shoot that one, guys, especially as open as he was. Just claimed it.
Oklahoma City's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Oladipo misses.
His offense just has not been there tonight, and he needs to step up his game because there's still time to recover.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The Thunder shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Down low, here's Westbrook. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Off his foot, and the ref's whistling a kick ball. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. You know, Brett, when you take a look at the fifth for Oklahoma City, Russell Westbrook and Victor Oladipo, that might be the most athletic backcourt tandem in the NBA.
Well, you'd be hard-pressed in the Western Conference to find a backcourt that has this kind of athleticism. McCollum and Lillard in Portland, that's one way to go. Steph and Clay in Golden State, that's another. But sheer athleticism right here in OKC, they may be tops.
He has a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Again, we know that the Thunder hired Billy Donovan as its new head coach. In his 2 decades at the University of Florida, he led them to 2 national titles with players like Al Horford and Joakim Noah. A defensive-minded coach, he's developed into a great offensive mind. Fellas, that's what he's trying to bring to OKC. Moving the floor, as he calls it. Creating space for their great scorers to operate.
Ball movement, player movement. That's where the league is going, D.A. Thanks. Every year, they'll always put out an NBA survey of who is the toughest to guard. No surprise that Russell Westbrook is almost always at the top of the list in those surveys. He just, Greg, strikes fear in opposing defenders.
And Kevin, it's a result of several factors in terms of why he tops that list. He has the game and the body to punish you for all 4 quarters, and he never lets up in his intensity. And also a knack for putting players who are caught sleeping on posters. It is both physically and mentally draining guarding a guy like Westbrook.
Ball stolen.
Wow. And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Well, terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Westbrook's got 8.
He's got no problem getting to that spot on the floor. Westbrook now looks more confident in those kind of results.
Edwards passes to Teletovic. Takes the 3. Sticks another. 3 more from Edwards.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Westbrook dishes to Oladipo. To the inside. And stolen by Teletovic. And oh, here we go. Gallinari heading to the hoop. Pulls up for 3. And again, Denver with the triple.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Doubled by Edwards. It's deflected. Teletovic against Adams. Right side Westbrook. 4 on the clock. Cantor's shot is off.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. This is a nice third quarter surge here. They've got it going right now.
Yeah, everything working, the game plan, the tempo. This is their style of play.
And the next one puts them in the bonus.
Presidential party. For Oklahoma City. Laverne, he's checked in for Steven Adams. Andre Robertson comes in for Victor Oladipo. And it's Payne in for Russell Westbrook. Doubled by Edwards. This is tomorrow.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
One item with Russell Westbrook and the big contract for Enes Kanter. The Thunder without a lot of financial wiggle room right now.
Well, with Westbrook, we've talked about how much on a nightly basis you're going to have a chance to win regular season games. But with the loss of Ibaka and Durant, it opens up a huge opportunity for a big man to step up and contribute. One of the things Billy Donovan has to be proud in what he saw last year was Steven Adams and his progression in the middle. Can Enes Kanter now become that guy to play consistently on the inside for OKC?
One of the topics that always seems to come up when players retire is what's next, Brent? You were a 14-year veteran in the league. How big of a change has it been from retirement to when you played the transition period in between and adapting to it?
Well, I thought about life after basketball for quite some time, and you know, Kevin, from knowing me, that broadcasting was something I was very interested in, so I had the opportunity to talk with a few people after I retired, and I felt like the timing was appropriate and seamless to be able to continue talking about players that I had played with, played against, coaches that I played with, coaches that I played against, and continue to pass along at least some of the knowledge and maybe some of the perspective that I've had throughout the course of 14 long, celebrated years in the game.
Fun years. Any thoughts to coaching?
Yeah, some thoughts to coaching eventually. When my boys get a little bit older, I'll coach somebody else's kids. Right now, I'll coach my own.
You'd be terrific. Payne with it, now guarded by Edwards. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. And let's take a look at the playmaking here. This chart with the assist totals split between the front court and the back court tonight for Oklahoma City.
And the story of this game has been the role players stepping up when needed. OJ has had an overall so-so performance, but the rest of the players on the floor have picked up the slack and done everything they can to ensure that they'll walk away here with a win.
And offensively, they have laid an egg here in the second half. The missed shots are piling up, and their field goal percentage continues to plummet.
It's Young on the wing. And another miss by Denver. Oklahoma City has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And Roberson kicks to Cantor. They get a hand on it. Young with the steal. The finish. And a hard slam there from Prez to finish off the play.
And that's the athleticism that had him so highly touted coming into the league.
Pass to Roberson. Back to Payne. Morrow dishes to Cantor. Morrow kicks to Laverne. Out left to the wing. Pass to Payne. Oklahoma City moving it around. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
You see Billy Donovan out there on the sidelines, and you can't help but to think of all the success he's had as a coach already. Back-to-back titles in college, essentially built that Florida basketball program into a powerhouse. He's hoping that he can bring some of that success translated to the NBA and get himself in title contending position.
And for Billy Donovan, I think that's one of the bigger reasons why he made the jump from college to the pros, Brett. He had nothing left to prove.
Well, one of the reasons why he decided to leave Florida as well, Kevin, was the fact that he really enjoyed the culture of what it is that Oklahoma City represented. There's no reason for Billy Donovan to leave that university unless he felt like the opportunity in front of him had a lot of boxes checked, and OKC did that.
From beyond the arc, that shot no good. Denver's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break, and he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
And there's been a hush all night long with this crowd. You can hear literally a pin drop in the building.
And Brent, for the Nuggets, they know that it's going to be a growing process for a few years before they can compete.
Well, a lot of learning on the job, not only for the players, but for the coaching staff, Kevin. But that can be a great thing. You know, if you're rooted together in the struggle to become successful in the NBA, you're going to share those successes on such a deeper level once they come.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful
justice. And here's a look at the stats for Jokic. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 11 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And he's such a big presence for them on the inside.
Edwards can't hit.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
The Nuggets shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often. And that one's good, Jokic.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The Thunder shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. Bubbled by Edwards. Here's Morrow, defended by Young. Roberson the pass to Cantor. Kicks to Laverne. Here's Roberson. A three-pointer off the mark. Up top, Edwards. He's got 34. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Singler, he's checked in for Anthony Morrow. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. For Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports.
Yo, Steve.
What's going on, Prez? Ernie and the guys in the studio want to talk to you.
All right, let's get it.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Phew.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Kenny, man. You guys were getting it done tonight, but you got it done both scoring and playmaking. How big a factor was the ball moving in this win?
Man, you know, I mean, I suppose it played a minor role. Look, I could have come out, done some more scoring, but sometimes I just feel like I need to get my teammates involved, you know? Look, if I don't, coach is going to yell at me or something, so... Look, really, the biggest part of the win was how I scored.
Wow. I would have never thought that you'd be so arrogant, man. Yo, get this guy off the set.
Come on, man. I'm a beast, Kenny.
Yeah, you're a beast, all right. Beast out of here.
Cold beast.
And that's going to do it for our coverage of this year's final regular season contest. What a journey it has been. Yeah, it really has been quite the journey. For Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, weary travelers, I'm Ernie Johnson. We're getting set for the playoffs. I hope you are too. We'll see you soon.